How did Tupac feel about Ice Cube before he passed away? Because I know they wasn't seeing eye to eye before he passed.
Pac, as from what we know, he looked up to Cube. Cube was he and we know why he looked up to Cube. I think Pac really had a lot of respect for him. I remember around the Death Row things when the East Coast, West Coast was heating up. I think Common and Cube was going through their beef, like they was dissing each other. And I remember Pop was like, "See, man, if I was cool with Cube right now, I'll be going at Common for him. But now I'm staying out of it." So, I think yeah, Pac had a lot of love for Cube. I never heard him say anything negative about him. I think at one particular time they was closer, and maybe they just grew past they went their separate ways. But that's the only thing I heard him say about Cube. But he definitely respected Cube.
I never knew that, man. So Pac, he said he would have won that coming if him and Ice Cube was on the same page.
Yeah, yeah, but I think eventually Pac would have regretted that going that comment because you know what I mean, they had a lot in common. So I know eventually, but Pac would just he would just he would just he would just wild like, and at that particular time, anybody who was going at West Coast artists, he felt like he just wanted to join and get go at him. But I'm sure good thing he didn't go at Common because they like the same type. You know what I mean? And, they seem like they would have, if they would ever met each other, they would have a lot of like love and respect for each other.
I wanted to ask you about a comment that Cube made, man. I know you don't listen to music now because of your religion, but he said in a recent interview that no Vaseline is better than hit 'em up because Pac had help and he didn't. What you think about them comments?
I think everybody gonna say that about their own song. You know what I mean? And um, yeah, like you said, even though I don't listen to music, but they both is crazy joints. So you gotta, you know what I mean? They both is like two different type, two different. I kind of get where he coming from when you say he was alone going against his group and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whenever we did a song with Pac, it wasn't like he needed help. It wasn't like Pac was just like, y'all get on it. He was like doing us a favor, really. Like, you know what I mean? That's why. And if you don't have your song written before his verse is finished, you just don't get on the song. That's how he was. Yeah, he didn't really need us on no song. He could have just like, you know what I mean, did his own thing. But because I think he was trying to introduce us more. Hit him up initially was going to be a outlaw song, and then later on they decided to put on like a B side of one of his singles. But that was supposed to be our song. So it was like the Outlaws featuring Pac. It was supposed to be. Then later on they switched it up and just I guess it started getting a lot of radio play and they decided to put it out on one of his singles and that's what I remember.
Oh, okay, I see. So that's what it is then. That's the reason why y'all was gonna hit him up, because Tupac, he was trying to find a way to introduce y'all.
Yeah, he was trying to introduce us, so it was gonna be the Outlaws featuring Pac. But because it just blew up, they sent it out to the radio and it just went crazy. And I guess from the record company, Death Row thought it was strategic to just put it on the B side of one of his singles. I forget which one. Which is still did it pretty much still introduced us, even though we was on All Eyes on Me. But I think it probably it pretty much took the Outlaws a notch up.